Hello everyone. So this is the beginning of a new series called Shamans I Know and Love. And I'm going to be featuring people that I've had the pleasure and the joy of training to become shamanic practitioners. And the very first person I'm going to feature is the first person that completed the fully accredited journey of becoming someone who trained with me on the online training. So this is to celebrate Kristin and what an extraordinary human being she is. So here's the first image I'm going to show you of her. So there's so much I like to say, but the first thing I want to start off by saying is when you take a commitment to train as a shamanic practitioner online, you really are putting yourself on the line, because you don't have the safety and the security of attending a workshop and being with a group of people to encourage and help and support you. Not at all. It's totally up to you as to whether you make progress or whether you don't. And working with Kristin for over a year in this way has been nothing short of amazing. And this is what we're all about. We are all about leaving behind the consensus reality, going on shamanic journeying and working for our clients. And so one of the momentous experiences on this training for me, because what happens, I send the online trainee the films, and they get to film roughly once a week, sometimes more than one in a week. Sometimes it might be a couple of weeks go by, depending on what the material is, how much time they need to process it. So when it came to the point of doing her soul retrieval, what she did is she worked with a client who was a very good friend of hers, and she videoed the whole thing and put it up as a film on YouTube. And that was extraordinary, because it gave me an extra way to be able to help her give her feedback about the work that she'd done. And this really, although it happened early on in her training, that was the sign and the indicator of one extraordinary person I was working with and helping. So the training is delivered through the films that I mentioned, and the other aspect is the WhatsApp. So we connect by WhatsApp, and when she has anything she wants to ask, she simply asks us, and if there's any information I want to give, that's exactly what happens. And so that's why it's such a joyous experience working with someone, initiating him into becoming a shamanic practitioner, because it literally is what this image is showing. And it's very much a heart-centered process, because of course the work is always all about the love. And this is one of the key healing modalities that we make use of, which is a blue vortex. And the blue vortex is the means by which we can journey from anywhere and anywhen to a different place in space and time. The blue vortex is also where the means by which the negative energies are conducted up and out of the client's energy body, and they are taken away to a completely different dimension, which is their heaven dimension. So the training includes all the different aspects of the things I would teach people if they were coming to be with me. And then this reminds me that a crucial part of the universal soul retrieval full package is the DNA work. And this also is one of my cues, because when I started receiving her healing reports, what really impressed me and blew me away was the use that she made of images and symbols. And for each individual client, what she would do, rather than using a series of stock images that she'd saved on her computer, what she would do is she would go and search an exact image to describe what it was that she saw in her journey. So for example, if she saw a lady in white standing by a lake, she would Google until she found exactly the right image of the lady standing by the lake and put it into her report. And that moved me very much indeed. And this is to share with you something very important, which is that a good shamanic practitioner, as well as being very powerful, also has this sense of innocence. And this is something that Kristin has in significant amounts as well. She's got that joy and that delight in the natural world. And another thing is that she also enjoys her body work. And this is such a helpful thing. If you are someone who wants to train to be a shamanic practitioner, please do make sure, like Kristin, you include body work as part of your daily life, because it's going to help you so much when you're off journeying into the multiverse. It's really important to look after the physical body as well. And this image here, you can just about see it. You can see the bird there, and the bird is just behind the clouds, sorry, just in front of the clouds. And this is my reminder about the aspect of the shamanic training, which is not most obvious. We think mostly about healing the clients, but it's also about traveling to the upper world, traveling to the beyond, to get hold of vital and useful information for your clients. And as Kristin continues to do her work, I continue to be increasingly delighted and amazed by her abilities to be able to work in all of the journeying realms, to acquire the information or the healing that the client required, and to have such a really good way to express it, both in words and in images too. And then this is the image that reminds me that part of the training is the karma release, and that we make use of the power of the sun to cleanse the cord between the client and whatever person or being the client has got karmic issues with. And where it all comes together for the client and that practitioner is a final part of the journey, which is the universal soul retrieval itself. And this is a beautiful image I received quite a number of years ago from a good friend who I also had the pleasure of training a long time ago now. And this shows you all the soul parts traveling through the blue vortex back from having been retrieved by the shaman, traveling back to a safe place, and from the safe place being returned to the client through the heart center. And these are beings that are very much a part of my work, because when the soul parts are all retrieved, then they go to the lagoon where the children and dolphins play together. And dolphins are extraordinary beings and vastly superior in many ways to the capacity of human beings. I think more and more people are realizing this. And so there's Kristin again. So the other thing I want to say about her is that one of my concerns about doing the shamanic training online is that I would not be able to take people out real time and offer them initiation experiences. And what I discovered with Kristin is that she was subjected to what I could only call a series of trials and ordeals, which included breakup of a relationship and having to leave her home, having a period of time without a stable home, having to look for somewhere else to live, and within the middle of all this going on, actually experiencing a genuine trauma. So what I discovered is that Kristin not only was subjected to a series of severe experiences, but her mettle was tested, and she proved herself to be so capable and so mature and spiritually evolved because of the attitude which she manifested to all these experiences that came away. It wasn't whining and crying, it really was understanding this was all about her bigger picture, her growth, and her increasing ability to help other people, which of course is at the bottom line of all the shamanic work that we do. So I had great joy in reading all of Kristin's shamanic reports for all the clients that she did during her training, and to award her full accreditation as a shamanic practitioner. So well done, Kristin. You are an inspiration, and it's been a pleasure to get to know you in this way. And that's just a brief look at her horoscope. And basically when you look at that horoscope, you will find the position of Mars, the position of Chiron, the position of the rising sun and Jupiter, all were pointing out that she had genuine abilities, and also the sticking power and the will to be able to make a great success of her training and to be out there. And it's so nice to know that if you're interested in receiving work from her, now she's based in the Bay Area, San Francisco. However, she may well choose to operate worldwide like I do, but what I suggest you do is to go onto her website and have a look, and if you like what you see on the website, then certainly the sensible thing to do is to email her, because she's a shamanic practitioner who I have every delight in thoroughly recommending for helping you in whatever it is that you need assistance with. So thank you, Kristin, and thank you for watching.